Hello, I'm Denise LaFrance. Coming up on City Beat. Check your mail. The city of Las Cruces has mailed out its 2015 citizen survey. Your help could shape the future of services provided by the city. Find out why your feedback is so important. The Biggest Loser Run Walk motivated a couple thousand people to get up early on a Sunday morning in January. We'll show you the highlights. You see street signs all over the city now. We'll look at how they get made. That's in this month's City Jobs. Plus, improving bus routes is the aim of another survey now available for residents and riders of Las Cruces Roadrunner Transit. Riders can give their input on specific areas that will guide planning for the next few years. That in this month's edition of Ask the. These stories and more in this edition of City Beat. Hi, and welcome to City Beat for the month of February. The city of Las Cruces wants to know how residents feel about certain programs and services we provide. A survey has been mailed out to 1,200 residents to determine if the city is on the right track or if it needs to make some changes. CLC TV's Jennifer Martinez explains.
Excellent, good, fair, poor, or don't know. That's the rating system a new survey would like some residents to describe the place we live, raise our children, work, visit, and retire. In this new 2015 citizen survey already sent out to residents, city officials hope to learn a lot about what residents value in Las Cruces.
This survey is important for the city of Las Cruces because it enables people to give us feedback on their preferences of programs and services that the city provides, and their responses help inform our budget process and also our strategic planning process as well.
Community liaison Jamie Rickman says the 5-page survey was sent out to random households, and the goal is to get a high percentage back to determine what the people want to see from government.
They were randomly chosen through our zip code database. The city of Las Cruces sent the company, the National Research Center, the database, and then they randomly chose 1,200 people who live within the city.
Questions include rating the quality of the following services: police, fire, traffic, streets, and recycling. Question number 8 asks survey takers whether they had done any of the following in the past year: used a recreation center, visited a park, used the library, or attended a city-sponsored event.
I have attended the whole Enchilada Fiesta, and the 4th of July parade are really cool. And I liked it. I bring my little girl, she's 8 years old. She loves to come out and see the lights and the parade and everything, and she likes when the fire engines blow their horns.
The main message is that we are seeking public input for our services and programs that we provide. We are really interested in getting resident input on those services and to have an indication or to get an indication of how people feel if we were to if we had to make cuts, where would they see those cuts happen? If we were to add services or augment our services, where would they like to see those services augmented, and if they would support tax increases?
I would support it because I would like people to come out and to the community. I encourage them to come out, bring their families. This is a community. We're all here together.
Tax increases, no. Let them thin down, scale down, lower some of the taxes they already have, and be more prudent with our money.
It's possible the city could add services that are widely used or take away those that are not as popular. It's been a few years since the last survey, so if you received it, the city hopes you fill it out honestly and completely to help shape the future of what the city can offer. For City Beat, I'm Jennifer Martinez.
Thanks, Jennifer. The surveys are due back to the company that mailed out the questionnaire in mid-February, with results to follow in March. Las Cruces helped kick off another year of the Biggest Loser Run Walk events. In fact, Las Cruces was the first stop on the 2015 tour. 2,000 people participated in the event at the Field of Dreams on January 18th. CLC TV's Dominic Aragon shows us why so many have gotten involved.
Help me out in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go, there we go.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what, the Biggest Loser Run Walk is such an awesome event, and the reason it is because it's an event that is geared towards all fitness levels. If you're a beginner and it's your first time event, we have a longer track time so people can take longer to get across the finish line. If you're trying to get your best run ever and you are a runner, it's a chip time race, so it's a race for all events.
This is our first race. We decided to do it together as a 5K walk since it is our first one. And we really haven't prepared other than the normal routine exercises that we do every day.
You know, I think a lot of times people watch The Biggest Loser and they get excited about weight loss, but they get a little discouraged because the numbers are so incredible. But the thing I always encourage people to remember is that, yes, they're in a very special environment with the best trainers and in the house, but you can still set your own goals and begin taking one step at a time. And so many times we look at the entire journey and I say, look at the next step and get yourself to the next day and to your small goals. And it's incredible how far you can truly come, and you'll see your own Biggest Loser type results right in your own home.
Well, you know what I think? The one thing I never truly understood prior to The Biggest Loser is how necessary activity and exercise is for us. You know we have to have oxygen, we know we have to have food, but you know your body needs exercise to stay healthy, to stay well. It is a necessary function. So I think one of the biggest things, if I could tell people, you always wonder why you don't feel well, why this, you gotta get moving. Your body needs it.
You know, when Las Cruces, New Mexico called The Biggest Loser Run Walk, they said, we think our town is perfect for you. So our team flew out, and just touring the town, meeting the folks, seeing the beautiful scenery, the wonderful weather, it just seemed like the right place to bring a Biggest Loser Run Walk. And we couldn't say no when it was asked to come back for a second year. And I think after seeing this morning, we've got to come back again.
Let's make some noise and bring these guys home. Congratulations. Here are our top finishers in this Biggest Loser Run Walk 5K. Congratulations, you guys.
Thanks, Dominic. The tour continues this year in Miami, Florida, Mobile, Alabama, and Austin, Texas. For local results and photos, you can head to biggestloserrunwalk.com. The city of Las Cruces is pleased to announce the beginning of a new program aimed to help keep you healthy.
Now, in this one, you need to modify what you have to and amplify what you can. What we're doing here is every time you come up, you want to bring the knees as high as possible. That's why it's called a jumping knee tuck.
Fit for Duty is a series of high-energy workouts led by servicemen with expertise in fitness. The series of workouts will begin Monday, February 9th, and a fresh episode will air each Monday through Friday at 6:30 a.m. right here on CLC TV. There are 27 episodes in this series, and at the end of this series, CLC TV will start over from the beginning. The city of Las Cruces is prepared to handle winter weather events like we had last month. Street department employees have been trained on snow removal and de-icing techniques. On a plow truck simulator, they were able to gauge how fast they should be going in certain conditions and what factors need to be considered when dispensing sand and salt onto streets. Lorenzo Renteria, a roadway maintenance supervisor from the city's transportation department, said there were several people in the department who took part in the training, which better prepares them for snowfall.
8 of them are actually on standby. The other ones are heavy equipment operators and light equipment operators in case we have to rotate shifts, 12-hour shifts, so we have enough people to cover the shift if we have to stay out 3-4 days in a weather event.
The free week-long training was offered by the New Mexico Department of Transportation. City Streets Department employees not only keep the roads clear in times of snowfall, they also keep the roads clearly labeled. In the street sign section of the department, they are creating new signs which are easier for residents to read. CLC TV spent a day with sign tech Mike Meraz to see how his job helps Las Cruces travelers in this edition of City Jobs.
My name is Mike Meraz. I'm a sign tech for the city of Las Cruces, and part of my job is fabricating and installing signs. Along with, we also do road markings in the road in this department. Well, you got to go out and get a list of damaged signs, unless we got work orders that come in, and then we know exactly what to do. But if not, if we're a little slow with work orders, we go out and look for damaged signs or faded signs, signs that get damaged with graffiti, that kind of stuff, and then we fabricate them so we can get them out in the back and replace them as soon as possible. Actually, this book is a list of all the, where we logged on all our street name signs, either missing, damaged, or the ones we're just updating. And this is what we go off when we come in and shop and plot. And once we get them all done, we cross them out, write the date that we were replaced. Once I set it up, it's a Gerber program for traffic signs. It's not just for street name signs, we've got other traffic signs on here as well. And once I set it up, what I'll be doing, I'll just be sending it over to the plotter, and it's just like a printer. It'll cut it out for us, and it'll be a sheet. What we do is you do two at a time, because one's going to be for each side of the blank since they're back to back. Yeah, it's kind of like putting a sticker on. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Once you get it all made, it's like putting a sticker on and just try and get it as straight as you can, and then trim the access tape off the edges, make it look nice. I just came out and gave you a demonstration of a new street name sign we fabricated in the shop, and kind of show the difference of the old style to the new style. And that's pretty much what we do here in the city sign shop. I've been with the city for 7 years. I used to be a baker most of my life. I went from a baker to doing this, and it's a big change. But I like it. It's something different. You're not stuck in the same place all day.
Thank you, Mike. If you'd like to learn more about a particular city job, please email us at contact@clctv.com. Las Cruces city leaders are looking at discussing several items during New Mexico's legislative session, which runs through March 21st. That and more in our City Minute. This year's legislative session is underway, and city leaders hope to bring up these items for consideration: a community pool, street improvements, septic tank remediation, and water well infrastructure. They also hope to discuss the hold harmless tax policy and predatory lending legislation. It's been more than a month since the city launched its new web page, making it easier to navigate. And if you haven't had a chance to use the website, you can see the changes at las-cruces.org. Most city offices will close for President's Day, February 16th. Services still operating include Roadrunner Bus and Dial-A-Ride. The Foothills Landfill will have normal operating hours. Frank O'Brien Papin Community Center will operate from 8 a.m. until noon. And you have plenty of time to prepare for the Las Cruces Country Music Festival, April 24th through the 26th. Headliners this year are Kenny Rogers and Dustin Lynch. You can now get your tickets and see the full lineup at LasCrucesCountryMusic.com or at the Las Cruces Convention and Visitors Bureau. If you use Roadrunner Transit in Las Cruces or are thinking about taking the bus, you have a say in how our public transit system operates. Here's CLC-TV's Udelvi Hill with more in this edition of Ask The.
Hello and welcome. Our guest for this edition of ASTA is Tom Murphy with the Mesilla Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization. Tom, thank you for joining us on ASTA.
Thank you for having me, Udell.
Let's begin briefly with what MPO, or the Metropolitan Planning Organization, stands for.
Well, the Metropolitan Planning Organization is the federally required transportation planning agency. What that means is that we do regional transportation planning. We're governed by a body that consists of 3 City of Las Cruces councilors, 3 Town of Mesilla trustees, and 3 of the Doñana County commissioners, in addition to the District 1 engineer from New Mexico Department of Transportation. And under that board's guidance, it's our responsibility to develop a long-range transportation plan that suits the needs of the area. In doing so, we consider all facets of transportation: automobiles, pedestrians, bicycles, freight, and the subject we're here today for, transit.
Okay, and you do have a survey out now regarding Roadrunner Transit. What kind of information are you hoping to receive?
Yes, we do. We're undertaking a short-range transit plan update. We have hired consultants Nelson Nygaard to do most of the work on that. But we're also in conjunction that we have a survey on the internet that people can go to and give us their opinions, give us their information on how they use or how they would desire to use the Roadrunner transit system. The questions that we're asking deal with which routes are they using. Are they, do they regularly use, for example, Route 10 and then transfer to Route 30 or whatever combination of that? Also, we're asking what are the businesses or the services that they like to patronize on that. The idea behind doing that is if we can see some certain patterns, if a lot of people are going a certain direction, we may be able to adjust the routes so that they provide better service for the people that use transit or would like to use transit.
And that's an important part, people who would like to use transit.
Right.
And try to get new riders onto the buses.
Yeah, it's a very efficient way of travel. It costs it costs you less than to pay the fare to board the bus than it does to maintain and insure a car. So
and somebody else is doing the driving.
Right. So
that's very appealing.
So you can text all you want during that ride.
There you go. No problems.
And we're also collecting some demographic information off of the survey, and we'll use that information to see what kind of, if we've got a representative sample of the area's citizens, so we can make assumptions based on the demographic data.
Okay, great. And just very briefly, how long would it take somebody to fill out this survey? I looked at it. It didn't appear very long to me, but
it's 20 questions.
Okay.
Only the end two are open-ended, where we ask your opinion, and if you choose or not to choose to write an essay for us, that's fine. I would say multiple choice for 18 questions. Probably people get it done in under 5 or under 10 minutes.
Great. And it's going to be up for how long?
I think we're going to keep it up until the end of February or through the first couple of weeks of March.
Okay.
Depending upon what kind of response we get on it, we can always keep it up longer.
Okay, and again, as you said, it's going to be on the homepage of the City of Las Cruces website at lascruces.org. So
that's correct.
Easy to find.
You guys promised me a link to it,
okay,
so that more people can get to it.
Okay, Tom Murphy with the Mesilla Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization. Thank you for joining us on ASTA.
Thank you, Udell.
Thanks, Udell. If you'd like to know more about our city bus schedules, you can head to our webpage at las-cruces.org. And again, you can access that survey from our homepage. That's all for this episode of City Beat. Remember, tune in live for City Council meetings right here Mondays at 1 p.m. Plus, all archived meetings and programs can be found on clctv.com. Don't forget to like us on our Facebook page. Thanks for joining us. I'm Denise LaFrance.